The Disappearance in the Black Forest. A long time ago, in a small village on the edge of the vast Black Forest, lived a young man named Teddy. His grandfather, who knew the forest like the back of his hand, always warned him never to go deep into it, especially after sunset. He used to tell stories about strange shadows moving between the trees and about silent screams that dissolved in the night air. One day, Teddy, full of youthful daring, decided to ignore the warnings. His friends dared him to walk through the forest to an old oak tree that stood on a hill. This oak was known as a place where people disappeared. Despite all the warnings, Teddy went. He started his journey in the daytime, but, captivated by the beauty of the forest, he didn't notice the sun had set. When darkness enveloped the forest, Teddy realized he was lost. Now, instead of the usual sounds of the forest, he heard strange whispers coming from everywhere, voices calling his name. Teddy tried to run, but the further he went, the louder the voices became. He saw before him an unusual sight. In the darkness, the trees seemed to change their shapes, taking on the forms of strange, twisted figures. Unknown creatures dangled from the branches. Teddy realized this wasn't just a forest, but something much scarier. He ran until he came out into a small clearing where the same oak tree stood. Tired and out of breath, he leaned against its trunk. And there he saw a face slowly emerge from the oak. It was the face of his grandfather, but with empty black eyes. It whispered softly, "I told you so." Teddy screamed, but his scream was lost in the darkness of the forest. His friends found him the next morning, sitting against the oak. He was alive, but his eyes were empty, and his face was frozen in an expression of immense terror. Since that day, he never spoke again. He spent the rest of his life staring into space, as if he could still see something in the depths of the Black Forest. No one ever found out what he saw, but since then, no one has ever dared to go deep into the Black Forest after sunset.